I walked into the lobby and was struck with an all-too-familiar smell. The same smell from every Sunday afternoon and every holiday. As I glanced around the room where I stood, however, I knew that I had never been there before. Nonetheless, I couldn't seem to shake the sense of familiarity permeating the space. Starting then, I spent every Saturday afternoon in this building. It was a nursing home run by the Little Sisters of the Poor. One Saturday afternoon, as I was scrubbing the wooden banisters lining the halls, I heard a tired voice coming from a room across from where I was working. "Honey, can you bring me a tissue?" "Of course," I called back to her. Immediately, I set down my rag, pulled off my gloves, and walked quietly into her room. Miss Anna was very thin, her skin pale, and her breathing shallow. Even so, I was struck by how beautiful she was. "What is your name, dear? Won't you sit down for a moment?" Anna asked. I told her that my name was Maggie, and gently lowered myself down into an old pink armchair directly across from her. Sitting next to me on a shelf was a tattered teddy bear, light brown, wearing a beaded necklace. It belonged to a little boy who had frequently visited Anna. She told me that he was a very sweet boy with sandy blonde hair and a big smile. But as he got older, he visited her less and less. It had been years since he came to visit. It broke my heart to hear that Anna, such a sweet old woman, rarely had company. So as I gently hugged her goodbye that afternoon, I promised to visit her again the following week. The next week rolled around, and I walked to her room as I had promised. Only this time, it was empty. All of her things were gone, except for her sheetless bed, which sat sadly in the room, accompanied by a few dancing shadows. At that moment, I was filled with a strange sense of melancholic familiarity. My own grandmother had lived in a nursing home for the final year of her life. Whenever I came home from college, I would spend my Sunday afternoons and holidays sitting with her. And the day that she died, I held her hand as she passed from this life to the next. What had once been moved on. Standing in Anna's empty room on that Saturday afternoon, I thought of this. It was all too familiar.